Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. My name is Sonia Marie. What's going down? And today is Friday, Freestyle Fridays. It's a little late according to when I usually come on. It's about 3 o'clock, 3:10, whatever time it is on the west side of life, and 6:10 on the east side. So anyway, just here sliding on in to give a couple of free reads, but also to talk about some awesome downloads that I received today in conjunction with some astrological knowledge. So I'd like to share that with you. Thank you all for rolling on in. If you are seeing my face after the fact, meaning this is a video, thank y'all for clicking the button and paying attention and tuning on in. I really do appreciate that. There's a lot more things that you can do with your time. So I do not take that lightly. And for those that are new, welcome. I appreciate you coming on through. Please share this information if you like, if anything resonates with you, or if you are interested in astrology. On Fridays, we kind of do whatever we want to do, but then on Mondays, I give a little rundown of what the entire week is going to be about. So if you want to come back, if you're new, and if you want to come back to check us out on Monday, do that. Come prepared with a pen and a pad, because it's a lot of information that we give oftentimes. So I just want to be able to say that. It's not too many people riding on in. Yasmin's World is here, and I'm glad to see you, sweet lady. Not too many folks, and to be truthful with you, it is a Friday, and like I said, kind of late in the day. So folks are either getting ready for the party or about to leave work and get ready for the party. You know what I mean? Either home getting ready or about to leave work to get ready. So I can understand it. Plus, notifications kind of go out kind of late. So I'm just going to get started in what it is that I want to say as I say hello to a few people. What up, DBs? How you doing? Lisa Fields is here. Camasita Pares. D's Delectables is here. What's going on, Medea? Thank y'all for sliding in. This is not going to be a long broadcast, but if you know of a few people that like these broadcasts, especially on Friday when we do free readings, please tell them to snap on in before I get off of this thing. Please come prepared with your sun, your moon, or your rising sign. And for those that have had readings with me before, either here on YouTube or a private reading, and you have the sun, the moon, rise of a friend or a loved one that's next to you, I would really love for them to be present, because I do not like talking about people in this way, especially. I don't like talking about people in any way behind their back, but especially in this kind of way. So I'd prefer if the people were in earshot of what it is that I'm saying, if it's not necessarily your sun, moon, and rise, okay? I kind of feel like folks should be present when they are being spoken about, so they have a chance to defend themselves. That's why when I do couples reads, I don't like for anybody to come just solo and be like, oh, he's going to listen to it later. Nah, I want them to hear it now. I want her to hear it now. So if they have to say anything, or Spirit has some extra information that wants to come through, they can be available for that. So anyway, that's just a long version explanation of what we're going to do today as I wait for people to come on in. But it's only a few of y'all here, so it's all good. Am I glistening? Thank you, Medea. I just got out the shower and put a little lotion on. Situations on. Actually, you know what? One of the bomb things, squirrel, about my retreats as well, just to pat myself on the back again, is having Angel around. First and foremost, Angel is my assistant, and Hollis is the administrative assistant. And I really want to take a moment to big them both up. I had 2 awesome conversations with them today, and this is really less about me and more about them, but it is about my retreats in a sense, right? But Angel is a godsend, per her name, and we get along incredibly well, and I love working with her. I love people that understand the assignment, and mainly for my retreats, it's all about community. It's about shining and being the best that you can be as a facilitator and as a participant, but in a community kind of base. And Angel gets that shit. Hollis gets it as well. And Hollis helps me, who helps me on the administrative side before we even go to the retreat. She helps me to snap in and stay productive when it comes to the business and stay on task, because oftentimes my emotions and the emotions of others can pull people this way and that way, and that Taurus is like, nope, we came here for this, we came here for this. So I just want to say publicly and really, really focused, like, thank you, Angel. And thank you, Hollis. And I love you very, 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 very much. Understand that. More than I can really, really express. Before I get emotional, I just want to leave it like that. You guys are, you don't compare to anyone, any single person. And I will ride with you forever and a day into the sunset doing what we do. Because what we do is not for us, but for community. And we're involved with that, but it's mainly for God. And those sisters understand that. So thank y'all for letting me take a moment to thank them. I love you. And I hope y'all join us for the next retreat. But one of the things that brought me to talking about Angel, especially, is that she puts together these wonderful, wonderful gift bags that I love giving away every year. I'm really, really generous in that way. It's the Leo in me. And there's this awesome product that she put in there this year, going back to the glistening skin, Medea, called Youth Therapy. And y'all may have heard about it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. To be truthful with you, I feel like, I look 35. It took about 5 years off of my life. I'm only 40. Right? And gosh darn, I think that's where the glistens come from, other than the fact that I just got out the shower, Medea. But Youth Theory or something. If Angel is on here or somebody that went to the retreat this year, can y'all tell us what it is? Because God damn it, it's so dope. It's really, really dope. A great skin product. I'm not even gonna lie. Any case, can we still get one if we have done one before? Is that for couples? Oh, you want a short read today, Medea? You can get a short read today if no one else steps forward. Now is the time, actually, to just put in your sun, your moon, and your rise. Everyone, today is very, 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 very informal in a sense, and I did want to read y'all. So I want to do that, but I also want to talk about this too. And I'm going to say this very carefully, and I pray and I pray and I pray that it lands in the hearts of those that really, really need to hear this. I was bugging out a little earlier. When I say earlier, I mean like 2 days ago. And I was honestly thinking of this selfish air, this self-centered air, um, focus that's happening right now. And I was just like, what is going on? And the reason why I come to that, just to tell y'all the longest story and chime in if you like. Yes, yes, y'all. Sonya, I don't know what you're talking about. What's going on? Ask a question if you like. Put the question mark in the front and behind the sentence so I can see them. Join the conversation if you would. But what I'm really, really talking about is the fact that sometimes, just being who I am, I sit back and I watch people, strangers and people that I know. And I understand that we're all in like this PTSD, postpartum COVID shit, and folks are trying to come up out of holes and dig themselves out of emotional holes, psychological holes, physical holes, literal physical holes, financial holes, all these different deep crevices that we've found ourselves consciously or subconsciously in the last 5 to 7 years, right? And nowadays, now that I'm spinning this into to astrology, now that the North Node is in Aries and Chiron is in Aries, it's an interesting kind of feel. Now, if y'all remember nothing that I say, remember it always goes back to the sun signs. Let me say that again. Retract that. It always goes back to the energy of the constellations, which we know them as to be the sun signs, but it's really the energy of each constellation. So when you think about Aries, regardless of it being in the sun sign, the moon sign, Chiron, your rising in Saturn, the North Node, South Node, whatever position that it is in, if you think of the energy Aries, all of a sudden you think of what? Y'all can throw out some descriptive words if you like. I really like to be interactive. Most days I'm kind of feeling that way because I think the information is redundant and I want y'all to push it back to me. Even those at the retreat, I was just like, come on, I think we talked about this enough. A lot of y'all should already know this. So when you think about Aries energy, Are y'all feeling what I'm feeling, Miss Lady J? That selfish shit. When you think about Aries energy. Now, good, bad, and indifferent. This is not an Aries bashing session. I'm going somewhere with this. And then we'll get to the readings. Okay? I'll go back. Don't worry about it, Medea. I got you. I got you, Jay Walker. Right? Maya, I've been feeling this self-centeredness too. Just today in my conversations, I've been catching myself taking things personally when they weren't even talking about me. You know what? First of all, Maya, congratulations and thank you for even putting yourself out there on the charcuterie board, the goddamn block in this moment in time, because that was a part of my discussion too, and the fact that we have to be a little bit more forthright in how we're healing. But I'll get to that in a minute. Thank you for saying that, Maya. Have y'all thought about that? When you think of Aries energy, Medea says she thinks of fire. Focus on me. El Bell, what's happening, cutie pie? Spontaneous and the initiator. They're juvenile and imaginative. Absolutely, all of those words. I love Aries for all of those things, even the war, even the confrontation, even the burn down. Like Aries is strict on the burn down. Like I gotta get through and over it is what Aries says. In order for me to feel accomplished, in order for me to end up on the other side, in order for me to love myself, I have to get through it, blare through it, blaze through it. Y'all getting this, right? So this is interesting as I was contemplating. Thank y'all for being patient with me with these downloads, because it's a big one. As I was contemplating what I've been sensing lately, and in my conversations, everything just kind of came to head like a pimple. And I was like, what the fuck is really going on? Boom. North Node and Aries. Boom. Everybody's going to therapy. Boom. Everybody needs somebody to talk themselves out of things. Boom. This is all Aries energy. How about me? What about me? What do I need to do to heal me? What do I need to do in order to pump my ass up for me? What do I need to do in order to look good for me? What do I need to do in order to get this man for me? What do I need to do in order to make this money and change this career for me? Now listen, none of this is wrong or right. Okay? I'm not putting any judgment on looking out for self. What I'm asking and suggesting in this moment in time is that we be very, very careful how we facilitate how the me is looking and how it's rolling off. I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks before and kind of briefly went through it, but I want to add another layer to it. The real reason why I'm like cuidado is because Chiron, Chiron, the asteroid, nicknamed the wounded healer, is an Aries too. And that's sitting right beside the North Node. The North Node dealing with purpose, where we're going, what the drive of the day is. So yes, lo and behold, people are thinking very self-centered, like very Aries-like. What about me? What did I do? Did I fuck it up? Did I make it happen? Did I spend my money? Did I lose my money? Did that motherfucker take my money? How's it all pointing back to me? That's what North Node Aries says. Figure out a way to keep you on the frontal lobe so you are not left out and you can get what you want. Y'all got that, right? You understand that that's necessary, especially coming up out of this PTSD moment of COVID, especially trying to figure out where we are, where our emotions are, where our money is, how to take care of our family and our friends, how to pull it in tight. I get that. The cuidado moment is as it rubs against Chiron, because Chiron wants to bring out some wounds. Chiron wants to bring out the reasons and the excuses and the victimhood of why or how you couldn't look out for yourself in the first place. Are y'all following me? Yes, y'all. Are y'all with me? So as we put the North Node in Aries talking about, well, it's on par. It's on trend. It's the thing to do, to think about myself, to be all about me. Fuck it. This is what I'm going to do this time around. I've been that person who's always thinking about everybody else. Let me think out for myself now. Okay. North Node in Aries says that. Do that. Be about that. But at the same time, we know, this is what I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, we can't leave people out. Community is necessary, or else you will always be by yourself. That's a slight thought and a very obvious thought. But the other part of that, like I'm getting ready to go to, is Chiron is sitting right next to it, saying, as you're going out for self, remember, or be careful and aware that you don't incorporate those wounds as you're going out for yourself, because it will exasperate the need to look out for yourself even more. Because if I don't, somebody's going to shank me. So now the emotions, you're following me, right? The emotions get heightened because of the pain that it ensues not to look out for yourself. And that looks crazy. That can look like on some real shit. Now, let me poke a few of you. On some real shit, you utilizing therapy, utilizing Sonia Marie, utilizing anybody that's counseling you as weaponry. Sometimes we get into therapy and we talk to certain people. Y'all can't talk to me like this because I see right through people all the fucking time. It's a very exhausting position to be in when you know people are bullshitting you up and down and all around and you can see right through them. But in anybody else in therapy, people go to therapy and set up a story, a scenario of what's going on in their lives to create a victimhood situation and spin the narrative and the story around. So the therapist, who may or may not have the ability to see through bullshit, maybe that's not even the situation, because the more fucking therapy sessions you go to, the more money them motherfuckers are getting paid, first of all. So they will entertain your bullshit. But sometimes people like to weaponize fucking therapy and counseling and friendships for that matter, spinning the story to be on their side, to make their whack ass, self-centered, North Node Aries shit look validated and justified. When they're actually running from their wounds, they're actually running from Chiron. They actually don't want to deal with that shit. Because Chiron and Aries makes us all want to get through whatever wounds we need to get through quick, fast, and in a motherfucking hurry. Put it on somebody else. Put it on somebody else. Put it on my man. Put it on my woman. Put it on my children. Put it on my boss. I'm in therapy. Oh my God, woe is me. It's my mother all my fucking life. Bob, and now the therapist is handing me tissues, thinking that I'm the motherfucking victim in every situation. But what did you do to manipulate the situation? Please don't use counsel as fucking weaponry. So people can feel sorry and jump on your bandwagon for you to self-improve under the guise of not really healing yourself. You just want somebody to feel sorry for you. This is not a personal issue. This is not a personal issue. I want y'all to know that. So please don't look at this and like, Sonya's going through something. I don't like when people try to figure out my shit. If it was, I would say it. This is some real shit that I'm seeing in everybody, in a way that's kind of disturbing. On the bright side, it's like, yes, we're doing this for ourselves and we're including community. Maybe, again, we were those type of people that, fell short on certain things for ourselves, kind of pissed off because we didn't think about ourselves a little sooner. We didn't come back with the good comeback. You ever feel that? You riding down the street, I should have said. So you get hard on yourself for not having a good comeback, to feel validated and powerful and feel like you're swinging back. You understand what I'm saying? All of that shit. Sometimes we need to be self-centered and self-directed. How about that? That's a better use of words, in my opinion. Thank you, Spirit. Self-directed as opposed to self-centered. Because you're directing yourself on your journey to what it is you need with the love and support and the understanding and compassion of all those that are surrounding you. Not dismissing them, nor are we putting information on them, reasons and excuses for why I need to be on this solo trip right now and fucking throwing birds up at them all day. Is this not hitting y'all? Is it just me and Medea having this conversation? I'm just wondering. Are y'all here? Are y'all with me? Sweet Tea is here. Ray is here. Thank you, Lisa. Is this Landon? Jay Walker, you good? Y'all all right? I mean, and this is not just for Aries. Don't think I'm just, because folks with limited information, again, and I say this for a reason, folks with limited information of astrology always want, when they hear something that's not pleasant and it's uncomfortable, oh, that don't have nothing to do with me. No, it all has to do with everybody. In astrology, it all has to do with all of us because we all have every sign in us. And if we don't, but we do, But when we don't think it's hitting us as importantly or as big as it should, in some way it's affecting us or somebody close to us, because everything is energy and you're going to have to deal with it anyway. So you might as well pay attention. This is not you, escaping it because you're not an Aries or a Cancer or Capricorn or Libra for that matter, because this North Node in Aries is affecting all the cardinal signs. Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Aries tremendously, as well as everyone else. Are y'all with me? Yes, y'all? Y'all good? Y'all quiet. I'm just saying, my dear. I mean, here's the thing about, I'm not going to address that. I'm just saying. What is so yonkers about me in this moment in time, Medea, is the frustration of people not being good people and people not being compassionate enough. People feeling so duped and so worn and so tired and exhausted and victimized that in this moment in time, they straight getting on the fast track of self-centeredness. I think we should all pause before we do all of that, because we have to be aware of Chiron and these wounds coming up to stifle us. Does this make sense? If we're not too careful, we'll misconstrue our wounds and our pain for the shit that we need to learn and grow through. Again, going in therapy and being a victim all of a sudden. You really want to pay somebody $600 an hour to tell you how beautiful you are and how right you are? Just so you can feel good about yourself? Just so you can come out of an office or out of a situation the same motherfucker? You know why? Because you're not bold enough to handle yourself. North Node in Aries says handle yourself. Not necessarily do everything for yourself, but look at yourself. Good, bad, and indifferent. And when you do that, thank you for reminding me on that, Spirit. And when you do that, be vocal about it, especially to the people that you think you misunderstood you, or y'all had a misunderstanding, or a little bit of a scuffle or disagreement, or whatever the case may be. And you know why I say that? Because honestly, people, again, I deal with a lot of people, y'all, and I go deep fast with people. So a lot of people will say straight up and down, I know that I was wrong. I'm just going to change. Okay. Did you talk to them? Why do I need to talk to them? I'll just do better from here on out. Because if you don't validate and have some type of accountability for what it is that you do, you're not healing the situation. You're not. So many people have said to me, I know what I need to do now. I'll just do better from here on out. Well, go talk to the people and let them know that. You're not mending everything if you keep what it is that you've learned to yourself. The people that you hurt need to know that so they can forgive you too. Otherwise, they don't know you're changing. They don't know you're working. They don't know you're hurting. They don't know you're thinking about them as you're thinking about themselves. Does this make sense? Please? Please do yourself a favor and be more bold in that way. Please. That's what we talk about when we mean getting better in this thing called life. You got to admit some shit. We all do. We all do. That's my little soapbox moment for the day, y'all. I hope this is hitting for somebody. I really, 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 really do. Because there's no way we can get better in this thing without, and there's the other thing too. Everybody is waiting for the other person to apologize or, validate or to say, this is what I get oftentimes. Well, I know you telling me I did this, Sonja, but what happened when you did that? First of all, don't do that to people. You minimize what people go through. As soon as you throw the ball back into their court, you minimize everything and just nullify everything that you just said or they just said that hurt them. It's not a tit for tat. It's not a throwing shit in people's ballpark just to see what they did versus what you did. This ain't no fucking competition. This is about learning and growing and getting better And if what I did hurt, I'm going to change. I just need for you to step to the plate the same way. And if you cannot, move the fuck out the way. In my opinion, this needs to be a little bit more universal. Because folks want to trap you and wrap you up into their story and in their pain and trauma bond and misunderstand for reasons that validate or that benefit them in some kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? Do we have time for them kind of games when people are dying? When your own family members are dying? When you're trying to play tricks? Head games with people? I'm missing something nowadays, y'all. I thought that there was some kind of urgency that's happening in the world. I don't mean to be super serious, but I do mean to be serious on some level. We can have fun. We can celebrate. We can shine. We can be goofy. We can get high. We can dance. We can twerk. You understand what I'm saying? We can do all the things that make us lovable and loving towards one another. But if we don't get serious about our healing, about our own mistakes and accountability of who we are, and just blare out of this shit blazing like a North Node in Aries just because, we're going to miss the whole motherfucking story, man. We're going to miss the whole point. And the whole point of this journey is just to love and get better while we're here so we can die and move on. Is this making sense? I really felt that today, and I hope you did too. I'm going to end it like that. Now, unless y'all got some questions, y'all want to bring it back up, I'm done with that. Please stop weaponizing therapy. Okay, who I said I was going to read? Medea and Jay Walker. Medea, that Virgo sun, that Cancer rising, that Scorpio moon. Your Chiron is in Aries too. I think I'm in Chiron return as well. So here's the deal. Yes, everybody is in Chiron return, by the way. I mentioned this to a group. I did a group reading the other day with my Hampton alumni. That was so much fun. For me, it was. Just to see their faces. It's really, really dope and deep at the same time. So in that group, I was talking about that, Medea. I was talking about how, did you know, I've coined it anyway in my own mind. I haven't seen this anyplace else on the World Wide Webby, that when Chiron does a return, it's almost like a midlife crisis. Around the time 48 to 52, Chiron returns, like Saturn returns for everybody between 28 and 30. Chiron returns for everybody between 48 and 52. And people deem that as some sort of, in my opinion, I think, midlife crisis, right? Because this Chiron, these wounds that you originally received at an early age between 12 and 16 years old are coming back to get you. And as an adult, absolutely, we want to run from it. Because they're old motherfucking wounds and stains in which we realize we haven't dealt with. So how do we deal with it? Like the child that we were, i.e. midlife crisis, a 55-year-old going out buying 17 cars. It's like, that's what a 12-year-old would do. What the fuck is your problem? That kind of feeling. You know what I mean? But it's the scarcity that comes up. It's the inability to handle the wounds. It's the, oh my God. It's the, you getting this, Medea? I'm reading you as I'm not reading you, but reading you. That's what that Chiron return is all about. Oh shit, here it comes back again. What am I going to do? When the Chiron returns, you sit there and you look at it and you say, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to see you. And Chiron will say, I know, but I'm here anyway. What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about that shit that happened. Whatever that shit was that caused the stain for you. Now, how you feel that, or I should say figure that out, is where Chiron is in your chart, what house is in your chart. That's where it comes up, or where that wound comes up in your particular life. You dig? You sit down with that, Medea and everybody else, and you sit with your Chiron and you ask him, okay, we have to deal with this now as an adult, not as a 15-year-old scared, as an adult. And the adult has to say, from now on, I'm going to take care of you like this. I'm going to do what we need to do like this. I'm going to hold you like this. If something like this happens again, I'll be sure to say it straight away and defend you like this. Before I defend you, let me set this up before it even happens like this to make sure you feel safe. And these wounds don't come back to get you. Not ignore it and go buy 17 cars, okay? Y'all getting me on this? Please and very please. And by the way, Medea, you really, really need to get it because your Scorpio moon and that Aries is a quincunx. They don't like each other. So if you don't get this Chiron information that wants to come up, your Scorpio energy is going to react and want to kill somebody. Not on some real shit, but on some real shit. And I always say that to be funny, but I really mean it. That Scorpio has that click. You know, it's not that it really wants to hurt and be homicidal. You understand what I mean? But it absolutely has that click, that switch to go, wait, you don't respect my emotions. You don't respect what I feel right now, even as you are talking to yourself with this Chiron return happening. And you can click on other people, Medea, or you can click on yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Please don't. Sit down with it and allow your Scorpio moon to take you deep, real, real deep. Because on the contrary, on the other side of that, the Scorpio energy loves to deep dive into emotions. So use it for your good. Please and very please, please and very, very please. And don't allow your Cancer rise to get too inundated with the information, meaning the emotions that want to swirl about. The more the information comes up, Medea, the quicker you have to get rid of it. Meaning if you have a session that day with yourself and some meditation, go right to the tub afterwards. Go right to the beach after it. Don't sit in it. Don't linger. You have to wash it off as quickly as it comes up. Medea, I hope this is making sense because I can't see you right now. Well, I can't see any responses. Okay, there we go. Okay, good, and very good. Let me go back to Jay Walker. And I just lost his information real quick. I hope you're still here, Jay Walker. Oh, man. Where is it? I hate when that happens. Ooh, yeah. Jay Walker, where you at? I just saw it. Oh, Sun in Gemini, Moon in Sag, Rising Libra. Yeah, we've read you before. Actually, that sounds like Angel's makeup. My friend, assistant, sweet South Central chickie. Angel is a Sagittarius sun with a Libra moon and a Gemini rising. So you're kind of like her in another kind of way. Love the Gemini in you, the talker in you. I have some really good male Gemini friends. We have really good, great conversations, by the way. Love y'all. And y'all very flirtatious. And this Cancer and her sensitivity, don't take you seriously when you get too flirtatious, and flirty. In any case, nothing to do with me. But I love Gemini energy, though. Gemini energy, again, is very flirtatious and very fun. Very fun, like, again, a gift to gab. I think I already expressed this to y'all a number of times, but I love having Geminis around. You need somebody that's going to lawyer you out of a situation. You never know when you're at a restaurant and you need somebody to be the tables are turning. Always look at the Gemini or the Gemini rising person. They'll get you out of any mess up possible and get you a little discount for later. Especially Jay Walker, because he has that charming ass Libra rising who's always looking for a partner. I pray, though, Jay Walker, as I just got reminded by Spirit real quick, is that you, if you're not with her or him already, that you are with a really good partner, because you deserve one. You deserve one that's fun and that's flirtatious as well, but in a really safe space kind of way, but also who loves to travel and who loves to go out and be more expansive. I kind of feel like you may have, and I may be wrong, Jay Walker, step in if I am, okay, that you may have had the contrary type of romantic hookups in the recent past, meaning those who are a little bit more stable, more grounded. Let me push back and see if you hear what I'm saying. More grounded and more stable. Maybe you thought that can balance you out. That would be true. Whew, I'm glad my intuition is on point today. So this is what I hear from whoever's on the other side speaking for you. You need to get, in their opinion, and what I hear, someone that's on the same wave as you, just as goofy, just as talkative, just as adventurous, just as wild and out there and fun loving. I mean, yes, it's always good to have a sort of opposite to help you balance some things out and to catch some things you may have missed. But for some reason, for you and your life in this moment in time, that's not what you need. You need the adventure. You need the pop off, the kick off. You need the feel like, I'm living this life. And the only way in which possibly that can be examined fully is to share that feeling and possibility with someone who feels just as equally exuberant about it. It's your time, Jay Walker. If you're not with them, you will be soon. I just saw somebody coming. I don't know if your grandmother's on the other side, but there's a little lady that's trying to sit in the corner, and she's like, "Don't worry, baby, I got you." I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's grandmother or a great grandmother, but she's real little, real frail too. She's not only petite, she's frail, but she's like, "I got you, baby. You need somebody just as spicy." Just as spicy. I don't know if your mother was spicy or is spicy, but kind of feels like her. Like, and I know men, especially if you're looking for a woman, I don't know your sexual orientation. Please forgive me, Jay Walker. But if you are, even if it is a man, it would be someone that has a kind of personality. If your mother was spicy, because I feel like your mother has that thing too. And a lot of men run from the fact that they gravitate towards women who are like their mother. You know who that is? Okay, good, good. It makes me chuckle because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I mean, you fall in love with your mother first and foremost, so you're gonna fall in love with a woman who's like that. Boom, there you go. Anyway, that's for you, Jay Walker, and I think I'm done. I didn't really plan to be here too long. Oh, Maya's so sweet. Maya said, "I can't wait to for y'all to connect, Jay Walker." Oh, that's a sweet, sweet thing to say. I love that. All right, y'all. Any questions or any concerns? You're so Walker. You're so Walker, Jay Walker. You're so welcome, Jay Walker. I appreciate you. Tension, I miss you. You totally getting that? Ah, that's good. All right. I don't see no question marks. So I'm going to keep it pushing and do what I have to do in my life right now, right now, right now, right now. And what I have to do for y'all in this moment in time is read a card. That's what I'm going to do for this weekend and for us all. But let me say a quick prayer and then I'll be out of here. Huh. The beautiful art of innocence. Innocence and gratitude, Medea. Innocence and gratitude. I love this card. You might not be able to see it properly, but it is really, really gorgeous. Oh, man. There's some beautiful pinks and purples, and he's in black naturally. And then that praying mantis on his hand is green, but if you can see it straight away, it's so, so dope and luminescent. Innocence. I love this card. And check this out. Kind of like what we was just talking about. Maybe. I don't know. Can y'all find a correlation? Just tell me if you can. The old man in this card radiates a childlike delight in the world. There is a sense of grace surrounding him, as if he is at home with himself, with what life has brought. He seems to be having a playful communication with the praying mantis on his finger, as if the two of them are the greatest friends. The pink flowers cascading around him represent a time of letting go, relaxation, and sweetness, y'all. That's the correlation for me. Sweetness for each other and ourselves. They are a response to his presence, a reflection of his own qualities. The innocence that comes from a deep experience of life is childlike, but it's not childish. The innocence of children is beautiful, but it's ignorant. It will be replaced by mistrust and doubt as the child grows and learns that the world can be a dangerous and threatening place. But the innocence of a child lived fully has the quality of wisdom and acceptance of the ever changing wonder of life itself. Amen. Ashe. Amen. Take that. I pray that you tuck it deep, deep, deep in your heart and remember the childlike wonder that lives inside of you, the innocence, the power, and the true, true power of sweetness with ourselves and each other. And that's what I mean by get the fuck out the way, because you can sweetly just move out the way. Like the water is parting, like the air is parting. Just move and allow people to dance and maneuver around and about in the most joyous way that fits them. That's how we utilize this North Node in Aries in the best way possible, without irritating and rubbing each other. You dig? Getting better for ourselves without the rub. Okay? I hope this resonates with you all. And I hope you have an awesome, awesome weekend. I see you soon, okay? Adios.